Yo, people, evening, man. As you can see, I'm exhausted. Fuad's exhausted. It's been a long day. It's been a grueling 90 minutes. But I don't even feel anywhere near as tired as those players must feel right now. But listen, it's TOBS take, and obviously I had to get my boy Fuad with me today. What are you saying, man? You good?
Good, bro. All good. Burning the candle at both ends, but we move. As you should. Get it how you live.
Tough times never last.
But
Tough people.
Tough people do.
Tough time never
Real
lasts.
talk, bro.
Tough
and
time
brother,
never lasts.
today we was tough. I can't lie. We were going to Anfield, coming into this game. You know my thoughts, bro. I was like, nah, no chance today. We're gonna get absolutely mopped the floor with. I didn't even think we'd score, to be honest, because you look at Liverpool's record coming into this. You look at them coming off the back of that Champions League win. The form they're in at Anfield. I think it's 2 goals conceded all season.
That's crazy.
Absurd when you think about it. So you're thinking Spurs coming into this typical kind of Spursy moment. This is the moment where we kind of fumble our top 4 hopes.
Yeah.
But bro, I cannot lie. From minute 1 to minute 90, I actually felt like we deserved to win that game. And barring obviously a deflection, I actually thought defensively from a man and individually as a team, we defended like never before, bro. Really and truly. Like credit to everyone. And certain standouts I got a big up. I know certain man we don't rate around here.
We'll get into that.
Listen, but I gotta say, fair play, solid performance, completely unexpected on my end. And listen, I'll take a point at Anfield all day. For me, that now gives me massive confidence going into the North London derby. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I was always confident with the North London derby personally. I've been saying on the Big Six for weeks. People can clip me up, all of this shit. I don't care, man. I've been saying it for weeks that Spurs are gonna get a W at Anfield. But listen, I said it on the Big Six yesterday. I said it on my previews yesterday. I said it on the Don Robbie show today. It's not even about I said it. I don't even want to say I said it anymore. But something in me knew that Spurs were capable of getting a result today because of the manager we have, and he is the reason why I believe that Spurs would get top 4. The lineup today was the lineup. I feel like there were no surprises. There was a rumor beforehand that he was going to start wings, play 5-3-2, but those rumors were put to bed from 6:45 onwards once we saw the full team.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, in terms of the game, let's actually talk about the game plan here, because I think for me it was obvious that we were going to play that way. We were going to play that way. It served us well against Man City, and more importantly, it respects the opposition.
Yeah,
it respects the opposition, and I think that is key. We've seen sides come here and feel like they've got the advantage, feel like they've got a little bit of momentum because they can play, because they have some freedom, and that is the biggest vulnerability with Liverpool when it comes to Anfield. Many teams have gone toe-to-toe with Liverpool where they thought they've had the edge, and then Liverpool flipped the switch and it's game done.
And the thing I said even at the start is like Liverpool, it's waves after wave of relentless pressure, bro. And we saw that today as well throughout the whole game. They kept coming, but they didn't have that final pass or that final end product. But even after those waves, 60th minute, they can just flick of a switch, bring on 2-3 subs and make a difference. And today they brought on Naby. They brought on Diogo Jota. It didn't give him that killer breakthrough still. So, listen, man, the way we defended today, I question a lot of times our defensive ability, bro. But today, listen, to a man, applaud yourselves, brother. You've earned them rest nights tomorrow. You know what I mean?
So let's actually talk about the defense then, because, sorry, plug the charger, and I hope it doesn't freeze this laptop, because this laptop gets a bit iffy when.
There we go.
Okay, so
we're live, baby.
We're lit. So for me, let's actually talk about the defense then, because we knew that we were going to have to put in a performance even better than Man City defensively, because Man City, they move the ball side to side, they're a bit more methodical.
Yeah.
Liverpool, they're just straight for the jugular.
100%. Liverpool more penetrative. Where Man City might poke you, stab you, probe you, kind of play around you, Liverpool don't play with that. They'll slice and dice you through the midfield. They'll slice and dice you up front. And worst case scenario, they'll give it to their little quarterback out wide, and they say, yo, Trent, whip them balls in. Yep. Even that wasn't working today.
Yep. And I felt like, honestly, you can say Liverpool had an off day, but I think we defended magnificently today. There were some moments. Romero had a couple sloppy passes in the first half, a couple dumb fouls. Cesc gave away some dumb fouls. Ben Davies, one pass where he gave away the balls blindly, but listen, Romero also leveled up in the second half, made some really good blocks. Emerson Royale today, listen,
brother.
What he's on the ball is what he is on the ball is what he is on the ball. But off the ball today, I'll say, do you remember? I said it like 15 minutes in, and I said, "Yo, Emerson is looking good today." And I was saying it in all the chats, like Emerson Royale, like we give him stick, and this, of course, does not absolve him of any sort of blame. Yeah, in terms of how he's performed this season, but today you can hold your head up high, man. You can hold your head up high. You, from a defensive point of view, you did what you needed to do, and more importantly, it may be a slice, etc., but you played your part in our goal. You played your part in our goal, man.
100% played your part in the goal, and then also for me, defended incredible well today.
Dyer was good as well. Dyer was really good as well.
I've always said, like, 1v1. Is he good enough defensively? And then also coming up against Luis Diaz, who, let's be honest, is looking like one of the signings of the season, if I'm honest. I thought today was going to be a nightmare for Emerson. He struggled against guys like Zaha. That type of profile, this man struggles. And everybody knows I'm Emerson's number one hater. But I cannot hate today, my brother. Well done today. Like, that's what we need. If you ever want to be a contributing part to this team, I'm not buying no Emerson stock. But if you want to be an active part in this team moving forward, we need performance levels like that consistently. Going forward, I still thought, listen, he left a lot to be desired. But in games like this, where it's like, all right, I have a primary job, the secondary job can come later. The primary job today, I can't accuse him. And another one, Ben Davies as well, brother. Number 33, I call him, because I only like referring to these men by name. But Ben Davies today, man of the match he got, fully deserved as well, in my opinion. Yeah. The tackles, the timing is positioning today, winning some key headers as well. And then there was even one where he burst forward and almost got a goal near post, where I was like, brother, this bro is feeling it today. So listen, sheep shagging Ben, number 12. Well done, boys. You have done your job today.
Yeah, I think, you know what, like, it's nuts. Liverpool had 22 attempts. Liverpool had 22 attempts today, 66% possession, and they didn't create a single big chance today. And listen, I get it. It's very difficult at times to play against a deep block. Spurs know more than most how difficult it is to play against a deep block, because when teams set up like this against us, we usually struggle. But listen, we did our thing today, and I just want to go through the defensive stats. Of course, Spurs will be overwhelming favourites in this department, because Liverpool, their game today wasn't really about defending. They were all about what they could do on the ball to hurt Spurs. They had the lion's share possession. So let me just go through this. So in terms of ball recoveries, the highest today was Kulusevski with 10 ball recoveries. Second highest, Christian Romero with 9. Kulusevski was really good today.
Doggies he was doing.
Tackles today, the highest number of successful tackles today in the game was Ryan Sessegnon. 5 successful tackles out of 6 attempted. The highest number of interceptions today, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg with 4 interceptions, followed by Eric Dyer 2, followed by Rodrigo Bentancur 2.
Doggies today.
Blocks, Ben Davies, highest number of blocks today, 4. Eric Dyer 3, Son Heung-min 2, Romero 1, Sessegnon 1.
Can I just say as well, that was today, the blocking today was a blocking masterclass. Like, when I talk about bodies on the line, that is what I'm talking about, literally. Bodies on the line is what we saw today.
Yep, I agree. And clearances as well. I know obviously it's clearances, whatever, but Eric Dyer, 11 out of 11 clearances. Ben Davies, 10 out of 10. Romero, 8 out of 8. Bentancur, 6 out of 6. I mean, he's literally just punting the ball up, right? Headed clearances. Now, Eric Dyer, here's where I'm really impressed. Headed clearances, 9 out of 9. 9 out of 9. In for a team who have been so susceptible with aerial goals, especially on set pieces today, we defended them really well outside of that Van Dijk opportunity. Ben Davies, 6 out of 6. Emerson, 5 out of 5. Romero, 5 out of 4. We made some really crucial headed clearances today.
Just a question for you. Is it safe to say now Dyer's actually had a good season?
I've been telling you, I've said this on the THFC
but
show.
You know what I've always
said it. He's had a good season.
We got to wait till
he's had a good season.
There's like 2-3 games, then we can say, all right, now, because there's a mistake that's going to come.
Brother.
But after today, I think I'm safe to say.
Just say it.
Yo, he's actually had a fucking good season.
Just say it. He's had a good season. He's had a good season.
Eric Dyer's been very good this year. Minimal mistakes and more good performances than we've seen actual bad performances. And I'll be honest with you, I think Romero coming into that team has massively helped him, massively calmed him. But I also think he's been a nice complement piece to him as well in that central of defense. Listen, I give him his dues, man. I've been a big Dyer critic for years now, and I've always said we can upgrade on him. I don't know if that's his best position. I don't know if he'll ever become a complete centre back, but this season he's shown, do you know what? I can take the reins a little bit. Last season we saw it in spells and flashes, and you thought, nah, this guy ain't never going to fully grasp it. But somehow, some way, he's done it. So fair play to him. This season has actually been a very good one. I can't even hate.
Listen, I've tried. I sat on Henry many months back. Listen,
and that's the same back five tax.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is.
Still.
But so let me elaborate on that. Yeah. So, of course, Eric Dyer he's definitely protected in the back five. Make no mistakes about that. He's protected in the back five. He's rarely isolated. And with Spurs, at times at home, there were squeezing teams. Maybe we can try and play high, but Spurs don't really play with a high press. So our line isn't. We don't constantly play on the halfway line. So I think there's
even exposed.
Exactly. So I think there's a lot of elements that, of course, suit Eric Dyer in terms of the way we play now. But even in even under Nuno, this guy actually put in some decent performances.
Yeah.
People don't. I don't really get when people can't take away performances from results. We had some really poor results under Nuno, but from an individual perspective, Eric Dyer, he's rarely made mistakes this season. I'll be real. And it's not just him. So Ben Davies, since he's played at the back, he's another one who's protected with the back three as well. But he's been excellent for Spurs in the back three. Romero. Like, defensively, we did well today. But I got to say, Højbjerg, he worked his socks off in the midfield. But I wasn't impressed with Bentancur today, man. That was a poor performance.
Let's talk on it, because he's one of our boys as well. And yeah, you're right, honestly. I thought today there was moments where he was good defensively, but on the ball, which is what I usually look for him out of the two between Højbjerg, poor today. I felt like his passing range was off. His touches were off as well. Like, the close control wasn't there today, it seemed. Whenever he would try and find that final ball, it was either blocked or too late, or I don't know. He just seemed a little bit off today, but as a whole, as a team, I cannot complain. And I can overlook kind of individuals if they drop their standards, if the team kind of raise their levels. And today, I'll say the team kind of covered his cracks, if you like.
Yeah, I agree. I think off the ball, you're always going to get the work from Bentancur. You're always going to get the work, the doggedness, the hustle, the tackling, the blocks, etc. But on the ball today, he left a lot to be desired. And people can look at this and say, "Oh no, he's not that good." But we saw what we saw for 80% of his spell in fact, 90% of his spell at Tottenham. He's been a really good signing, and he's made a massive impact in our midfield. So I'm not even going to dwell too much on that. What were your thoughts on the attack today?
You know, Kulusevski and Son probably having to do more defensive work than they normally do. So I can kind of overlook them maybe not being as expansive, maybe not giving as many counter breaks forward. But I thought Kane maybe not as good as well. I felt like today his hold-up play in the first half, I'll say. In the first half, I felt his hold-up play could have definitely been better. I thought in the second half, he definitely started to be more a bit of himself, finding the passes, finding kind of certain angles where he can be dangerous and pulling the defense a little bit deeper so the wingers can get in behind. But overall, it was one of those kind of games where I wasn't personally expecting too much from them because we're playing Liverpool, but I felt like they gave enough. Son, I felt like gave enough of a threat, scored the goal as well. Kulusevski giving us the defensive doggies that we needed to give Emerson that protection he needs as well. And in Kane, I felt like in the second half improved, but maybe not the kind of virtuoso Kane performance.
It's weird. In the first half, Kulusevski was our best attacker easily. Easily. Facts, he was the best attacker. He was the one that was committing players. But I think Liverpool
started to
suss it out and literally put three man on him. And you saw his impact was minimized in the second half. Like he didn't do anything in the second half. When he got the ball, he didn't really do much with it. So this brings us on to, and even Son as well. I don't think Son played that well today, but listen, Son is there to bag. We knew the job today. Like, I wasn't expecting a vintage Son performance. I was expecting to be clinical. When you get your opportunity, you score, and Son did that expertly well. And I got to say, Harry Kane, like you said, the composure and the lead up to that goal, to kill the ball there, the touch, to wait, to dribble, and release the ball at the perfect time to Cess. The one thing our performance lacked today was cutting edge in the final third, because so many times we got in, and this is where I wanted to. Let me just quickly mention this super chat as well. So, Emerson Royal's best game by a landslide. What do you think?
I would agree. I would agree because I can't, off the top of my head, think of even any good games he's had. To be honest, for me, defensively, this was all I asked from him. I think going forward, he'll never be that guy. But yeah, I'd agree with that. To be honest, what about you?
Yeah. I think when you look at the occasion, when you look at the ground, when you look at the opposition, I think it's his best
Luis Diaz as well. I'm sure everybody before this game was like, yeah, Emerson's getting put in that chicken blender today. And listen, the boy stood up, man.
He did his thing. But let's talk about Antonio Conte now, BM, because my friends, some of my friends are probably watching this. I've left 2 group chats today because I can't take this anymore. I just can't. So, did we or did we not look in shock and horror when Davinson Sanchez came on?
Yes,
we did.
100%.
Did we or did we not look in confusion when Winks came on, even though we knew why Winks was coming on? Did Spurs change their game plan in spite of those substitutions?
No.
Did Spurs create openings in spite of those substitutions?
Not really, no.
The Ben Davies opening? Do you not remember?
Oh, you mean like half
After.
chances? Yeah. I wouldn't say clear-cut chances, but some half chances, yeah.
Right at the end?
Yeah.
Right at the end.
Okay, yeah.
So,
my thing was, is with both those subs, I looked at the Davinson Sanchez one and I thought, what the hell are you doing? But I kind of understand what you're doing.
I didn't get it. I'll be real with you.
Because he's thinking, you know what? The defense are working so hard. Let me just get some fresh legs back there, just for the recovery runs and things like that. And maybe Sessegnon is getting a little bit tired because Salah was growing in that second half. So he's like, you know what? Let me just protect Sessegnon. So I said, okay, cool. When he brought Winks on, I even said to you was like, what the hell's going on? I said, I think he's just trying to body up the midfield and they say, you know what?
I get it.
Let the boys up front, Kulusevski and Kane, you lot handle the rest for the rest of the game. That's how I saw it. But
it's
some people are thinking, yo, it's him going negative. He's conceding the game. But I'm like, listen, at Anfield away, there comes a certain point when you just have to take the point, in my opinion.
And I don't even think he did that though, because you know what is I don't even think he did that for him. Like I get it, taking off Son looks like, oh yeah, you're basically giving up your attack because he's our top goal scorer this season. But did we not create a chance literally after Son went off the pitch? A clear-cut opening as well. Like I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. Like today, not only were we able to nullify Liverpool in this shape, but we were constantly getting in behind the defense. Constantly. It was just the final ball that was lacking. So that's why, honestly, I'll just remove myself from the conversation. And I'll say this. Antonio Conte today, he showed yet again why this guy is an elite manager. This is a man who's been around the block. Yeah. Most people put their money on Spurs getting whitewashed today. And we've come out of that disappointed that we didn't win. Right. Not because we didn't try to win, but because we had the openings, we had the opportunities, and most importantly, Liverpool were nullified. It took a massive deflection of Bentancur for them to score. Right. Without that deflection, they don't score.
Their closest chance was the Virgil van Dijk from a corner. So that tells you everything, honestly. But for me, I think this just puts a massive battery back in the team to say, listen, if the best team in Europe, or arguably one of the best teams in Europe, you can go to their ground and give that type of performance. For me, I've always said defensively is where I question us. Up front, I don't worry about us. And this year we've shown that we can score goals. That front three is deadly. So against Arsenal, I expect that front three to turn up. But can that defense put in that same shift? If I can see that type of defensive performance again, not in the sense of we sit back and invite pressure, but no, the commitment that I saw today, I don't even sweat the North London derby. I'm not even, and I know you wasn't sweating it in the first place.
No, it's not that I'm not sweating it. It's I'm gonna be. You saw me today. I was nervous as hell with the Liverpool game. I'm gonna be nervous as hell in the Arsenal game. But I have full confidence in this team's ability to win that game. I'm not saying we're gonna smash Arsenal. We're not gonna just walk in there and play.
But you feel confident,
but I feel confident that Spurs can get the win. Get the win. So. This super chat from Usman, big up Usman. He says, AFC fan, I can't lie. You, man, was so compact and solid defensively today. Not expecting anything when Odegaard is the only player with quality vision. You confident? Yeah, we
just literally answered it, yeah.
So this is one thing I want to touch on today as well. With those subs, in my head, the Davinson Sanchez one is irking me, but you know him. He changes wing backs all the time. Yeah. With no regular on the bench, the only option for him the only option there is to play Ben Davies left wing back. So maybe I get that. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Yeah. I think throughout that game, the game plan was clear. And I don't think the game plan changed, not
Wavered
one bit.
in that.
No, irrespective of which player was on the pitch, I don't think the game plan changed one bit.
Yeah.
Be tight, be compact. When the ball gets into our half, try and win it back and try and hit them on the counter. And we did that from start to finish. We may not have had a gazillion attempts at goal, but we had several opportunities where the counter was on.
Yeah. Well, facts. I agree.
But
listen, disappointed in all honesty. I didn't think I'd say this. I'm disappointed walking away from Anfield not without the 3 points.
Oh, this is Jay. Big up Jay, man. Big up Jay, man. Honestly, I love you lot. I can't lie. I just can't argue the Conte thing, man. I just can't. You know my views on Antonio Conte, but bruh, I can't argue it. If you don't see it, then it's fine. We'll agree to disagree on this one. But Jay, I would love to have you on. Message me when you're ready, mate. Message me when you're ready. Let me just get off. Oh, here he is. Should have never taken off Kulusevski. He was our best outlet. The threat with him on was massive.
I think it was just a matter of getting fresh legs on at that point. I think it was last 10 minutes. Bergwijn, he's also given us a little bit of late injection, maybe with some pace. I can understand. I put it this way: I don't agree with all the subs, but I understand where they was coming from, especially considering the opposition and where we're playing today. Listen, I would happily rather walk away with 1 point than having gone for the game and then we sacrifice losing that, if that makes sense. If we walked out of there losing right now, I'd be fuming.
But and so there's two things I want to mention there. Yeah. So and Jay, honestly, taking off Kulusevski, I'm not even asking for that. I think you should keep. I think you should be keeping Son and Kulusevski on the pitch. But why I'm not really as angry as you guys is because you're looking at the personnel and understandably you're annoyed. You're thinking two of our three best attackers are off the pitch when we're trying to go for a must-win game. But as we just mentioned now, the game plan still didn't change, Jay. Spurs was still able to look to create openings. On that left-hand side, if Ben Davies finds a better pass or Son finds a better pass to Davies, that's a tap-in for Harry Kane. Yeah. If Højbjerg heads the ball towards goal or doesn't even head the ball at all and lets Bergwijn run onto it, that's a goal. That's a clear-cut chance and an opportunity to work Alisson. So whilst I understand the frustration of taking off these players, I just can't get the notion that Conte settled for a point there when Spurs literally had the last chance of the game. Yeah. Literally had the last chance of the game. Liverpool didn't create a thing in stoppage time despite all their subs. They didn't create a thing. Spurs were the only one who looked like they could pose a threat offensively. So that's why I can't have that. And the point you made as well, let's say he kept all the attackers on the pitch and switched from a back five that nullified Salah and Mane to a back four, and we go gung-ho and we lose the game. You're not leaving that game saying, oh yeah, but we went for it and we lost. No. Because every point, listen, people can say, oh, a point doesn't make, every point is massive.
100%. I couldn't agree more, honestly. And at this point of the season, especially when things are getting this tight, every point counts. And for me, as I said earlier, I would rather walk away with a point from Anfield, which I never expected in the first place, than walk away with none.
Yep. And then you also got to take into consideration that we should be walking away with 3.
Yes. The performance for me definitely gives me positivity moving forward, and that's not something I thought I would be saying going into Anfield. So yeah, I'm happy with today's result.
Yeah, so go get it. We've mentioned this already. So big up Fuad, TOBS and Fuad thoughts on the use of subs. We've mentioned this already. The subs were weird, but the game plan didn't change for me, man. The game plan didn't change for me. You got anything more to say on that?
No, honestly, for me, subs, as much as I don't agree with them, I understand them. You have to look at it from both aspects sometimes. So yeah.
Yeah, fair play. Well, listen, people. The next time you see me, you'll be seeing a preview coming up with a very special guest as well for the Arsenal game. And then I think after that, the THFC show is back next Tuesday on my channel. Look out for that because that's also going to have a special guest as well. So we'll see, man.
Big things are going. Stay locked in. Make sure you like the video as well, bro.
We'll see.
We'll
see. All right, well, people, 145 of you lot in here, man. Thank you for watching so late on. Please smash a like. Please subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed already. nearly on 8K. So I think I'm like 120 away or something like that. So yeah.
Get man to 10K, man.
Yeah, simple. Big up Matt for the super chat. He says, "Come on, you Spurs. Listen, we did this. Sorry, Wes. You know what, Wes? Do you want to jump on this stream? Every game is a must win, and we deserve to win that game. We played well enough to win. So I don't know what you want here. They scored from a deflection, and we still had the better opportunities in the final 10 to 15 minutes. What do you want?"
Listen, you can't satisfy everyone. That's
it's fine. It's fine.
Bro.
Anyway, we'll chat on WhatsApp, Wes. But people, smash a like, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Fuad's channel as well, please. I've put his channel, it's tagged in the title. Just hit the subscribe button. But until then, peace out, take care, and up the Spurs. Up the Spurs.